Alright guys, what's going on? Welcome in. So, as we all know, Tyreek Hill got traded to the Miami Dolphins yesterday in a blockbuster style of move, right? It was right in the middle of the afternoon, and I'm not going to lie to you, it was a gut punch. For sure. I mean, specifically for the Jets fans out there, not only was it just down to the Dolphins and the Jets, and Tyreek Hill chose to go to Miami over New York, but what makes it sting even more is the fact that the Chiefs accepted the Jets' offer. And we take a look at those details, and according to Adam Schefter of ESPN, the Jets didn't give up the 4th overall pick or the 10th overall pick. So to think about the potential there, right? Tyreek Hill coming into this offense with the 4th and the 10th overall pick still in our back pocket, it's almost unbelievable, okay? And, to make matters even worse, Tyreek Hill chose a team within the AFC East, okay? So now the Jets are going to be having to face him twice a year with a very similar scheme, that the Jets run offensively, with Mike McDaniel coming in as head coach. But in this one, I wanted to, talk about how this move directly impacts the New York Jets. Now, I don't think it's some earth-shattering move to where the draft plans are completely altered, but I do feel like it does put a little bit more pressure on Joe Douglas's shoulders. Okay, so let's talk about the first point here, and that's the fact that the Jets have got to address the wide receiver position, right? We have to. And it's crazy to think about, just a couple weeks ago, how many wide receiver options were available. I mean, thinking about Amari Cooper getting moved for a 6th round pick swap and a 5th rounder on top of that. You look at Robert Woods getting dealt for a 6th round pick. Devontae Adams got moved. Obviously, Tyreek Hill got moved. You're taking a look at free agents like Christian Kirk, Allen Robinson. I mean, the Jets have had opportunities here to go secure a true wide receiver one, and of course, some were more realistic than others, and some are a lot better than others, but make no mistake about it, there was talent. There was a lot of talent here. Calvin Ridley, now not an option. I mean, there's a lot of smoke with DK Metcalf, but the latest rumor is that the Seattle Seahawks feel confident in re-signing him to a long-term extension before the start of the 2022 season, okay? So I'm looking at the potential options here, Jarvis Landry, Odell Beckham Jr., trading for a Brandon Cooks. I wouldn't mind that, as long as it, only takes a 4th or a 5th rounder. I would definitely welcome Brandon Cooks into this building. Maybe a Robbie Anderson reunion. Devontae Parker, what's his role going to be with the Miami Dolphins moving forward now, with the addition of Hill, and obviously Waddle is, just a tremendous player. How big of a role will he have on the outside? I'm not sure. But I mean, if that's the case, I don't see a trade going down because it's in division. So we got to figure this position out. Luckily for the Jets, we have, again, those 2 top 10 picks here. And at spot number 10, depending on what the Atlanta Falcons do at spot number 8, I feel like there is a really, really high chance that the Jets could have their pick out of everybody, right? There's a very good chance that they could land the best wide receiver in this class at spot number 10. Whether that's a Garrett Wilson, whether that's a London, whoever it may be, Traylon Burks. There's been a lot of smoke surrounding Joe Douglas in his front office and really looking at this wide receiver class with a lot of seriousness. Could the Dolphins acquiring Tyreek Hill here force Joe Douglas's hand at pick number 10 to select a wide receiver? Maybe Kyle Hamilton falls. Maybe there's an edge rusher that he really likes. Maybe there's an offensive lineman. They fall to pick number 10, but he is now forced into taking a wide receiver at 10. Not saying that he would be a bad player or, it would be a reach by any means, but maybe it wouldn't be the highest position on his big board, but we're now in this position because we have failed to land all of these different wide receivers throughout the course of the offseason so far. The only one I do feel, a little weird saying fail about is with Tyreek Hill, because at the end of the day, he just chose Miami. It wasn't the offer. It wasn't the Jets lowballing. Wasn't anything like that. It wasn't Kansas City, looking the other way and not accepting the offer. Everything was lined up. It just came down to Tyreek Hill's decision. So that's one aspect of it, okay? Will Joe Douglas be forced into taking a wide receiver with that 10th overall pick? Again, it's not necessarily a bad thing, and I think really that's been the plan since day one. That's been my preferred route. My preferred route right now would be to go with Kayvon Thibodeau at spot number 4, and then Garrett Wilson at spot number 10, or if you could get a trade back situation where we can move maybe into the middle of the first round, the back half of the first round, and then you can still snag a solid wide receiver, maybe add some more picks in the second round, maybe the third round, or maybe even a futures pick. But yeah, I mean, that I think now the pressure is on. we got to get a wide receiver. Okay, so the second point that I wanted to make is the fact that at pick number 4, could the Jets be forced into taking an edge rusher here? Whether that's a Kayvon Thibodeau, whether it's an Aiden Hutchinson, maybe Johnson from Florida State, because if the Jets are so focused on wide receiver at pick number 10, there isn't that many options at edge. And we talk about positional value all the time defensively, you know, and we tend to look at it from the bottom side, right? Where it's like, what's the least valuable position in this solid style of defense? And, you know, this argument comes up all the time with cornerback and Kyle Hamilton and free safety and everything like that. But if we flip it and look at the most important, I would say it's edge rusher. And we look at this position right now. We have Carl Lawson coming back from injury. He missed the entire season. He has had injury problems before in the past. Will he get hurt again? Can we count on him? Will he look like the same type of player? You know, will he have that same amount of explosiveness that he was showing in training camp that everybody was pumped up, everybody was excited for? I think right now I'm totally amped that Lawson is coming back, but there are a couple injury question marks surrounding him at this point in time. The other side, we brought in Jacob Martin. That was a nice, nice signing, it was a multi-year deal, but he was brought in to be a rotational type of pass rusher. Is this it? You know, Chandler Jones is off the market. There was a lot of speculation that the Jets really like Jones. Von Miller is off the market. We can't really get one of these top-end pass rushers, these elite edges, at this point in time unless we take one at spot number 4. Okay, and again, because we might be forced into taking a wideout at 10, at 4, what do? We can't get an edge anywhere else unless we maybe try to, you know, pull off a trade. Maybe we try to sign a guy like Derek Barnett. Joe Douglas was actually a part of that Eagles front office when the Eagles made Barnett a first-round pick. Still a lot of upside there. He's 25 years old. Doesn't really have the best sack numbers, but he does hit the quarterback a lot. Double-digit quarterback hits every single season that he's been in the NFL, and obviously wrecked the SEC back in Tennessee. So maybe that's an option, but yeah, that's the second point. You know, because the Jets might be a little handcuffed at 10, could we in turn be handcuffed at 4 to lock in with an edge rusher because of how important this position is for Robert Saleh's defense? And then point number 3 here, last but not least, could Ahmad Gardner's stock be rising in the Jets' eyes? Because number 1, we had the worst defense in football last year. We got absolutely torched on a consistent basis. And number 2, and more importantly, we look at the wide receivers inside the AFC East, inside the AFC, it is loaded. I mean, let's talk about the East for a second. Stephon Diggs, Gabriel Davis, Devontae Parker, Jalen Waddle. Now we add Tyreek Hill into the mix. I'm not really too concerned about, you know, any of the perimeter wide receivers that the Patriots possess, but that's definitely not set in stone. They can go out and select the Jameson Williams, okay, one of the fastest wide receivers in the entire draft. They can go get a David Bell. They could go get a Chris Olave. They could go get a Treylon Burks. Who knows what the Pats are going to do? They've made it known that they want to get Mac Jones some help. I mean, we at some point, and yes, of course, we did add DJ Reed, and I do like Michael Carter in the slot, and I do like Bryce Hall, but look, Gardner has that lockdown potential. He could truly be a superstar. Okay, there's been rumors throughout the course of this offseason that the Jets are going to be using a primary asset on a lockdown number 1 corner. We've heard rumors that Gardner is really high on Joe Douglas's big board. Okay, now I don't know how true that is at this point because it seems like this Jets front office doesn't let anything out. I mean, it's just, you know, vacuum sealed here. But look, I mean, Ahmad Gardner, he would make sense. I do feel like he would fit the system. There's obviously a lot to like with the, with the aggressiveness, with the overall height, how he plays, how he attacks wide receivers, how he attacks the ball carrier. I mean, this guy's a violent player. He plays with this sort of confidence about him that really gets other defensive players to kind of buy in and really, it's similar to a Jalen Ramsey. You know, like players feed off of his energy, and it's exciting to watch. Right, multiple interceptions year 1, year 2, year 3, all in college. Never allowed that touchdown pass in his entire collegiate career, which is absolutely insane. And his stock is rising. Just smashed the combine out of the park, and it's looking like Ahmad Gardner is separating himself from the rest of the pack, right? The rest of the cornerback pack. So could he be in play here? I definitely think so. But now the Jets are in one of those positions. You know, we have 2 picks, awesome luxury, right? I'm not complaining about having the 2 picks here. Most teams only have 1. But now we're in a position where it's like wide receiver, edge, corner, hmad Gardner, though, and you're kind of in this triangle. You know, you can go attack 2, but then you're so far away from the other. And it's almost like pick your poison. Which position are we going to sacrifice here? And that's, you know, it's a little concerning, but at the same time, if you look at it from a glass half full perspective, you're filling 2 major needs. 2 major needs. You know, a lot of teams can't say that. They can only fill 1 major need at a time when they're looking at the draft through that lens of filling a need. But anyway, let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. Is Joe Douglas forced into taking a wide receiver with that 10th overall pick? Is he forced into taking an edge rusher because of that at pick number 4, because you just can't get the upside anywhere else? Or is he forced into taking is hmad Gardner flying up his board? Because as far as the cornerbacks go, as far as the AFC is concerned, as far as the AFC East is concerned, these teams are loading up. Loading up. Denver is stacked. The Chargers are stacked. Dolphins, Bills, not Patriots, Pittsburgh, Cleveland. I mean, there's a lot of really, really solid wide receivers in this conference. Raiders, Devontae Adams. I mean, Chiefs. But, you know, the loss of Tyreek Hill, it is what it is. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. And as always, go Jets.